Hello! Welcome to the Weekends Only Customer Needs System training. As a Weekends Only Customer Experience Associate, you are responsible for much of what our customers experience when they come into our stores. Over time, the Weekends Only team has developed a series of skills and steps to ensure every associate can hear, understand, and meet our customers' home furnishings needs. We call it the Customer Needs System. A salesperson's primary objective is to gain trust with the customer. You create trust by communicating that you want to understand their needs in order to provide a solution to their home furnishings problem. Doing so will not only provide the customer with a great experience, but you will also be living out our company value of taking personal responsibility to meet customer expectations. The Customer Needs System consists of 5 steps to create a great experience for the customer and help to make you a great salesperson. The 5 steps are greeting, rapport, establishing needs and explaining the store concept, advantages, features, and benefits, and time to close. We're going to review each step and show you best practices to help make you successful and ensure that our customers have a great experience. Greeting. Let's start with the greeting. What a customer sees and hears upon first entering the store sets the tone for everything that follows. We want our customers to feel comfortable and not be intimidated. Here are some do's and don'ts to help make that happen. First, be unobtrusive. Position yourself away from the main entrance. Wait before you approach the customer. People need a few moments to adjust to inside lighting and temperature. Observe to see how fast they are moving and what is catching their interest. Look for signals that they may need help, such as looking up and around, or sitting on an item, or examining price tags. If you don't see signals from the customer, wait about 60 seconds and then approach them. Don't pounce on them. This will make the customer feel defensive and tell you that they are just looking. Don't pool in groups on the sales floor. This will be intimidating to our customers and they won't be willing to shop in that area. Don't linger in the office area, especially when customers are at the counter. When it is time to approach the customer, try to do it from the front. Surprises are good on birthdays, but not when a salesperson startles you from behind. Approach with a confident, upbeat walk, a smile, and a warm welcome like, "Hello, good morning," or "Welcome to Weekends Only. I'm glad you stopped in." Extend your hand, tell the customer your name, and ask, "What's yours?" Using your customer's name personalizes the interaction and shows that you value them as a person, not just as someone who might buy something. This is not about requiring the customer to shake your hand. Not every customer will be willing. That's okay. Just put your hand down and carry on. The important thing is to get and then use your customer's name. Record the customer's name on the Customer Needs Information form, which we call the CNI. Let them know what you are doing by saying something like, "I want to write this down so I don't forget. Can you tell me how it's spelled?" It's important to fill out a CNI for every customer you greet. It's too soon to ask what brought you in today. Before you get to that, you'll need to build rapport with the customer. If you ask about business too soon, you'll most likely get the "I'm just looking" response. Patience, young Jedi. We'll get there in a minute. But first, let's review the basic do's and don'ts of an effective greeting. Do approach from the front with an upbeat walk and a smile. Begin with a warm welcoming statement. Extend your hand and exchange names. Record the customer's name on the customer needs information form. And remember, it's too early to ask what brought them in today. Rapport and explaining the store concept. Building rapport is a fancy way of saying that you want to help your customers feel comfortable talking to you. You want them to know that you are interested in them as people, not just as buyers. It helps them relax and become less defensive, and it differentiates you from other salespeople in the marketplace. You build rapport by starting with non-business questions, just like you would if you were meeting someone new at a party. Things like, how far did you drive in from today? Love your shoes. Where did you get them? And how did you hear about our store? Keep it light and fun, but always sincere. Sports, weather, cute shoes. Ask questions that begin with how, what, why, where, and when. These are called open-ended questions because they cannot be answered with a yes or a no. This type of question encourages more conversation. After you've chatted a bit, it's time to explain the store concept. The weekends only store concept is unique in our industry and provides great advantages for our customers. We want to make sure every customer knows those advantages and understands how we work. Whether a new or long-term customer, we want to make sure every customer knows and understands what makes us different from other furniture stores. This is an excellent time to do just that. Ask, may I tell you what makes us different from other furniture stores? This purposefully worded question respectfully asks permission and at the same time creates curiosity in your customer. Typically, your customer will either respond with yes, sure, or nod their head. But even if you get a blank stare or just silence, you continue with this three-part explanation. At Weekends Only, our mission is to save you money. Because we are only open on the weekends, we have the lowest prices in town on first quality name brand furniture. So whether you buy one piece or an entire group, you'll always get the best price. The last point is especially important. This is our store concept, and it should be shared with every customer you greet. You've been patient, and now is the time to transition to business questions. Using the phrase, "Can you tell me?" before asking your question increases the likelihood your customer will answer. Here are some great examples of questions that transition to business. Can you tell me what room you were shopping for today? Can you tell me what made you choose Weekends Only? If the customer says yes and tells you what she is looking for, you can then accompany her to that area of the store. You say, "I'd be happy to show you where we have those." Then along the way, you can continue to build rapport and trust with your customer. By the time you get there, you can then try asking some key questions in the next step. This is also a good time to mention the financing promotion we may be offering at the time and invite the customer to pre-apply if they are interested. You ask, would you be interested in interest-free financing we have going on right now? Many of our customers like to pre-apply to learn how much they are approved for. Let's recap building rapport. Stay away from business at first. Keep conversation light and fun. Explain the store concept to every customer. Transition to business by using questions that begin with, "Can you tell me about?" And remember, don't ask about business too soon. Establishing needs. I'm just looking. You've done everything you can to build rapport and get your customer to talk to you. And still, when you ask what brought them in today, they say, "I'm just looking." Don't give up now. Respond with, "Great. We have some terrific items this week. Are you looking for a bedroom or living pieces?" Following up with a this or that question, such as bedroom or living room, instead of the very broad "what are you looking for," makes it easier for the customer to respond. It narrows down the choices and encourages more sharing of information. This or that questions can be used throughout your interactions with customers to gather all kinds of information. Here are some examples of this or that questions. Are you looking for furniture or accessory items today? Do you prefer that I contact you by phone or email? Do you like clean straight lines or something more ornate? If you try all this and your customer still wants to browse on their own, by all means let them. Say, "Enjoy the store. At weekends only, we don't work on commission, so we're here when you need us. I'll catch up with you in a few minutes to answer your questions." If you can, observe from a distance, looking to see what interests them. Be busy and look busy. Don't hover. If you observe your customer showing interest in something, rather than asking if they have any questions, reapproach with a statement about what you observed. Something like, "I noticed you're looking at leather sofas. Is that on your shopping list today?" If they say yes, then follow up immediately with, "Can you tell me about the room it's going in?" If they say no, they usually will tell you what is on their shopping list. As you can see, there are many ways to counter the "I'm just looking" answer. You don't have to let that answer be the end of your engagement with your customer. Let's recap our strategies for a "just looking" comment. Respond with a this or that question. Are you looking for bedroom or living room pieces today? Observe while your customer browses. Be busy nearby and don't hover over them. Reapproach with a statement about what you observed. At this point, it is not appropriate to give them a business card. Establishing needs. The customer information form. So, you have cheerfully greeted your customer, built rapport, and explained the store concept. Now it's time to find out why they are here. The term establishing needs means gathering information about your customer's needs. The Customer Needs Information Form, the CNI, is your key to establishing and recording your customer's needs. It prompts you on what questions to ask, keeps you organized, provides you with a follow-up tool, and most important, it presents you as a professional. Write neatly, because the CNI is also used by the office staff to enter the customer's order. There is a lot of information on the CNI. At the top, there is standard information like customer name, address, and phone number. The next section is about their needs. More on this in a minute. Note the section to record any products they have seen and are interested in purchasing. And finally, the last section is for recording information about their purchase. If they did not purchase, there is a section called Reason Needs Not Met. Let's talk about that middle section for a minute. As we said at the beginning, you want to solve your customer's home furnishings problems. You can only do that if you know what they are. Using the open-ended "can you tell me" questioning style, ask the following questions and record the customer's answers on the CNI. Can you tell me what brought you in today? Can you describe what you are looking for? Can you tell me about the room and the way you use it? Can you tell me the most important thing to you about your purchase? Can you tell me your price range and if you are interested in our financing options? Don't skip any questions. If you do, you will most likely have problems when it's time to close the sale. Here's a quick tip. While asking a customer how they use the room is the perfect time to talk about the furniture protection plan. Here's another tip. When asking your customer questions, don't forget to listen to their answers. They should be doing most of the talking. What if it turns out we don't have what they're looking for? Ask the customer if they'd like you to alert them if the item they want comes in. Then ask how they would like to be contacted, phone or email. Record that info on the CNI. The customer now expects to hear from you when the item is back in stock. You must stay on top of that and contact them. Talk to your manager about how you'll make sure you meet this expectation. Let's do a quick recap of establishing needs and the customer needs information form. Ask all of the questions on the form. Record the answers. Do what you say you're going to do. Listen more than you talk. And last, don't forget about the furniture protection plan. Advantages, features, and benefits. You have now greeted your customer, worked hard to build rapport, and establish their furniture needs. It's finally time to start showing them some products. But what should you show them? Use the information you gathered and recorded on the CNI form to guide your product presentation. Show your customer only items that match their needs. Don't waste their time by showing them items that don't match what is on their CNI. The transition from gathering information to showing product is simple. It sounds like this. Let's walk over to the sofa department. Based on what you've told me, I have a couple of things I think will be just what you're looking for. Don't take them to the sofa department and tell them you'll be back to see if they have any questions. You can't guide them if you're not there. If possible, stay with them. Observe them. Look to see if they show interest in anything by sitting on it, touching it, or looking at tags. Once you see your customer show interest in a product, you can share some of its features. Remember the initials F, A, B. They stand for features, advantages, and benefits. A feature is what something is. For example, a dovetail is a type of furniture joint. An advantage is what something does. A dovetail joint firmly and securely holds pieces of wood together without nails and glue. And a benefit is what it does for me. Nails loosen and glue dries out. A dovetail joint will last longer than one which is just nailed and glued. It is important that you know the features of the products on your sales floor, but you should not tell customers about every feature a product has. Focus only on features that benefit this particular customer based on the information on their CNI. For example, if they said that comfort was important, you would say, "Since comfort is important to you, let me show you the cushions and spring system construction on this sofa." Don't discuss more than 3 features. Customers are not interested in hearing everything that you know, and after a while, they'll just tune you out. Involve your customer while you are demonstrating features. Ask them to sit in, touch, open, close, and examine the items. They will be more likely to remember and appreciate the features if they physically interact with them. If the customer likes something but doesn't seem 100% sure, ask, "What do you like best and least about it?" Use their answer to determine what other products you should show them. One of the greatest features we have is the furniture protection plan. Accidents happen. The plan allows the customer to protect the pieces that they have invested in. Make sure you understand the plan and talk about it with confidence and enthusiasm. Let's review the best practices for showing advantages, features, and benefits. Look for the customer's interest in specific products. Refer to the CNI to remember what is most important to the customer. Share only the features which are important to the customer and limit it to just 3. Talk confidently and enthusiastically about the furniture protection plan. Time to close. You are rounding the final curve, and it's time to start to close the sale. First, review the CNI and make sure you know what is most important to the customer. Aren't you glad you took the time to fill it out thoroughly? Now is the time for close-ended yes or no questions. Use questions that contain the words does, is, are, will, or do to confirm that the customer thinks this is the right product. It sounds like, since you entertain a lot, does this table with 2 leaves meet your needs? You told me that storage was a big need. Will this 12-drawer dresser give you enough? You should avoid open-ended questions like, so, what do you think about it? This type of question is too broad for a customer to easily answer. After a few yes answers to your confirming questions, it's time to ask for the sale. These are, again, yes or no questions. Would you like me to write this up for you? Or, did you want to pay by cash or check, or take advantage of our no-interest financing? After you ask for the sale, it's important to stop talking and wait for the customer to respond. It's okay if there are a few seconds of silence. The customer needs to process the question and make a decision. If they say yes, congratulations! You met your customer's needs and made a sale. It's important at this point to reassure them and confirm that they have made a good decision by saying something like, I think you made a great choice. This piece will work well for you. Now it's time to complete the sales process. Ask if they plan on taking it with them or need to have it delivered. Explain how delivery works. We have an outside service available to our customers who need delivery. The cost is dependent on your zip code. Check the availability of their item. If it didn't come up earlier, and the only one left is the floor model, you will need to explain the weekends only floor model concept. It sounds like this. Because of our fast-changing selection, new floor models are always coming on and off the floor. Most of our products are sold as is, directly off the floor at the price they're tagged. The good news is that even if this is our last one, you can have it and not have to wait. If the floor model is the last one, help the customer feel good about it by saying something like, this is the last one I have. I'm so glad you made your decision when you did. Otherwise, it would have gotten away from you. Many customers will ask if there is a discount because it is a floor model. It's understandable that they ask. After all, every customer wants to know that they're getting the best value for the lowest price. But Weekends Only does not discount floor models. Gently but firmly tell them no by saying, we don't discount our floor models because they change out so quickly. Most of our products are sold as is, directly off the floor at the price they're tagged. We've already priced this as low as we can go to save you money. Don't offer to get your sales manager to see if they will lower the price. This sets your customer up for disappointment. By saying that you will see if you can get the price down, you give the impression that the sales manager has done this for other customers. When the answer is still no, the customer's perception is that you've done this for others, but won't do it for them. If the customer is purchasing the floor model, ask them to look it over, since this is the one that they are taking. Minor blemishes and imperfections should be expected. Since we've already established that the price will not be lowered, the purpose here is not to try to find things wrong with the item to get a lower price, but for the customer to understand exactly what they are getting. Any imperfections should be noted clearly on the sold tag. If you uncover major damage, please alert your manager, as this piece may not be able to be sold. It's time to complete your paperwork. Make sure the customer needs information form is accurate, legible, and complete. Make sure you have all the information you need for future contact. Confirm the spelling of the customer's name, address, and phone number. If selling a floor model, place a completed sold tag on the item. Thank the customer for the order and ask if there's anything else they need today. Let's review the best practices for closing a sale. Ask open-ended, confirming questions that begin with do, does, are, is, or will. Don't ask broad, open-ended questions like, so, what do you think? Ask for the sale. Reassure and congratulate the customer. If necessary, explain the floor model concept. Don't disappoint your customer by offering to ask for a better price on a floor model. Complete your paperwork. And last, don't forget to thank your customer. Now, all of this is great if your customer says yes when you ask for the sale. But what if they say no? Don't panic. The primary reason to ask for the sale is not because you expect every customer to buy today. In fact, more customers may leave the store without buying anything than those who buy the first time in. You ask for the sale to uncover concerns that still need to be addressed before the customer decides to purchase. When a customer says no, ask, "Can you share with me what is causing you to hesitate?" You will usually get one of two types of responses. The first type is a vague answer, like, "I want to shop around some more," or "I need to think about it." You need to uncover the true concern so that you can address it. In order for me to best help you, can you tell me what it is you need to think about? If you have not done a thorough job with the customer needs information form, you stand a greater chance of this type of response. The second type of response is more concrete, like, "I need to measure," or "I need to bring my wife back to see if she likes it." For this type of answer, you would establish a follow-up contact. When establishing follow-up, it is important to make sure there is a benefit to the customer. Otherwise, they won't agree to your call. You might say, "Would it be helpful if I called you after you've had a chance to measure? Since this is a limited stock item, I want to make sure you get it if you want it." Once the customer agrees to have you follow up, set a date and a time for the contact or a return visit to the store. If you can't meet the customer's needs today, recording the reasons needs not met on the CNI is important to both you and the store. For you, it determines your follow-up and helps your sales manager understand the best ways they can help you hone your skills to be successful. For weekends only, it helps us know what products we may need to add to our assortment. Don't skip this step. Let's review the best practices to uncovering your customer's concerns. Find out why the customer is hesitating by asking non-blaming questions. Get permission to set up a next step with the customer. Make sure there is a benefit to the customer. Set a time and date for the next step. Don't forget to record the information in the Reasons Needs Not Met section of the CNI. Congratulations! You have completed the slideshow portion of the Weekends Only Customer Needs System training. It's time to take a quiz and practice your new skills. See your trainer for details. Good luck, and thank you.